Breezy, breezy, yeah, young to yeah, 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 yeah.
So I just got back from seeing Sinners and I am extremely exhausted. I look exhausted, I feel exhausted, and I am exhausted. But I got my wine and I do what I do best and get me a room, hang out. I got a lot to rant and vent about, so that's going to be clearly some audios for later. But I'm about to put on my pajamas and then we're going to talk about Sinners because that was an absolutely great movie. We got to talk about it. Alright, so I thought I was going to try to do it without a filter, but man, my eyes was too baggy right now. So anyway, so I went to go see Sinners and there were so many things about Sinners that I liked without telling any spoilers. The relationship, the first thing I can think of right now off the top was when he was talking to a little girl and he taught her a lesson. And it was that dominant masculine thing that was attractive. The story is about two brothers who were like, I guess you could say, mischievous. By the time y'all see this, my 2 followers, y'all probably saw Sinners. But it's about 2 brothers that's mischievous. And it reminds me of the thugs that I grew up with in LA. And they would teach me hood lessons real quick. So in this lesson, he told the girl, I'll give you 10 cents a minute if you do this for me. She was like, all right, bet. And he was like, all right, rule number 1. Like, basically, don't never take the first offer. I learned that from the dudes in poetry, though. In poetry, they said when someone says, like, oh, how much will you do a show? Be like, oh, well, what's your budget? Because they're going to say 300 and you was thinking 150. So you can be like, oh, 300, I can do that. Don't worry about it. I can do. How many poems you want for 300? You know what I mean? But anyways, it's that relationship that was, like, really attractive. Like, I noticed that right away. It was the demeanor that they had of dominant, strong black men, even during that time. There was a scene where somebody tried to steal from him, and he was just like, man, I can't let you get away with it. So he slapped him, did whatever. And then he was like, why you slap me? He said, because I can't have people go around saying that you tried to steal from me. But he realized it was his boy or somebody he knew from back in the day. He was like, man, I know I fuck with you, but I can't have people thinking that I'm letting you steal from me and getting away with it. So he's like, I gotta smack you. So he smacked his ass. And then so he laying on the floor like, oh, whatever. And then he was just like, can you go over there and help him? Because I had to slap the shit out of him. It was just like, it was real gentleman-like. And I don't know, shit like that be turning me on. And then he go into the store and he speak to this Asian lady who was one of his homegirls. And then he was like, I'll give you $15 if you do this. She was just like 20. He was like 18. And then so they start bargaining. And it was so cute. And then after they was done and they both came to agreement, they like hugged each other. And it was, again, the relationship he had with everybody in the movie that I really loved. He went to go see his girl and they were kind of like nitpicking at each other. And then he was like, I need you to do me a favor. And then she was like, you're not going to say it? He was like, what, you want me to say, I miss you and I'm still in love with you and I ain't stopped thinking about you since I left town? Yes, say that. Anyways, I really liked the relationship that he had with his brother. It was one time he told his cousin, he was like, man, you better go home and you better do right and you better whatever. His cousin like, man, fuck that. I'm about to go to Chicago. I'm about to wild out on some bitches. And then he was like, boy, do what I said. And then he was like, the cousin said, well, you gonna have to shoot me. So he pulled out his gun, was like, don't ever tell a soldier, what did he say? He said, don't ever tell a soldier a command and expect me not to do it. Don't tell me you're going to have to shoot me and expect me not to shoot you. But he pulled the gun out on his cousin, was like, I will kill you if you don't go and do right, because you're not going to be a hoodlum like us, you know? That was really dope. I really liked that. And then at some point, there was this white guy, and he was running. And then he was like, yo, can you help me? Can you help me? And he was running from the Indians. And then he went to this house, and white people was like, all right, we going to hide you because they thinking the Indians up to no good. And then so the Indians was like, yo, where that white guy? And they was like, what white guy? And then they was like, man, we hope you don't find that white guy because that white guy is up to no good. And they was like, man, just get away. They didn't want to listen because they Indian. The white guy was up to no good. But what was really cool was that it was the Native Americans, and they was Choctaw. Shout out to Choctaws. My family is Choctaw and Creek. That's about as much as I know about my native culture. I am still learning. But so anyways, that was pretty cool. I love how they positively put the Native tribe in the movie, even though that was it. I really liked how they did that. I like how when he went in the store, it was an Asian couple, and then they had a white girl on the positive side. I think the only thing they mixed was a Hispanic. Like, when I say the cultural representation in this movie was just like, I really like that. I really like the Asian couple. So the person that I hate the most in the movie was the Asian lady. She fucking pissed me all the way off. And the reason why she pissed me off is the reason why I don't like groups of people. Because whenever there's a group, there's always that fucking one that does the shit that she does. And she did the shit that one do. And y'all know what I'm talking about. The one that panics, the one that over-exaggerates, the one that's the weakest one. There's always that one. And I fucking hate that one. Because you're going to make everything chaotic when all you got to do is stay calm. But she was not calm. She got on my fucking nerves, but I really liked her character. And the actress did a great job. I really liked the actress. I felt her. She did a good job because I really hated her. And yeah. My favorite character. So I can't remember none of these people's names because my ADHD and my attention to name details is horrid. But the strong black female character, which was the main character's love interest. I like her, the beautiful black woman. Every time I have to pause every 2-3 minutes on Snapchat, I take a little drink. I'm feeling good. The main black lady, first of all, she's just absolutely gorgeous. Like, just, I don't know. She's just attractive. She's just attractive. She was doing hoodoo. And he basically was telling her, like, I don't like when you do that hoodoo stuff. She was like, who do you think been protecting you this whole time? It's been my prayers. And she gave him a necklace of protection. She was like, where's my necklace? And he opened up his little suit, and then he had the necklace. And it was just so cute, because that was his cinnamon apple. And I'm a sucker for a love story, especially right now. I just feel a lot of love. I've been drinking. I just loved it. What else? I'm trying to think, y'all. So there was at some point where, so y'all know the movie's about vampires. So she was just like, yo, if they try to turn me into a vampire, then I'm gonna need you to kill me. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I knew she was gonna die. And that pissed me off because So, pause. The director, what's his name? Coolio? I don't want to disrespect this man's name, but I only got like 42 viewers, so. But whoever he is, he deserves every goddamn praises that he is getting. When I tell you to take my hat off to him, throw you my pen, throw you some money. Like, this man, his pen was amazing. His just everything about his direction, there was so many little details. We're gonna talk about that next. But yes. But what was I about to say about Shorty? I don't know if I'm drinking too much or if I'm just way too excited about this movie. I definitely want to see it again. Hold on, let me think. I took another drink, and I remember. So she said if they convert me, then I need you to kill me. So he like, no, I'm not about to kill you. So at that moment, I knew, I was like, damn, she gonna die. And I didn't want her to die. I really didn't want her to die. I really didn't want her to die. So I'm upset that he killed her. But I understand why. But come on now. Like, could we please have one strong black woman survive? So, he had to do what he had to do. Okay, so maybe there's one spoiler. I only got 42 followers. Fuck y'all. But okay, that's one spoiler. So I'm like, man, I was sad about that. The other weak link. The white girl was like, oh, let me go talk to them because I'm white. And I don't like that. I don't like the fact that you think like, oh, I can relate to them, so let me try to use my white power. And it's like, white girls, when you are a white girl that kick it with black people, that you're still not a white woman to them. You're like, so I didn't like that. I didn't like that she thought that was gonna happen. But they was like, no, exactly, because that would make sense. I didn't like that. But what else? Oh, this. Okay, so I followed this chick, Black Witch Yaya, Blaque Witch Yaya, and she is what I learned a lot about hoodoo and voodoo and the positive of it, because with negative they put out in Hollywood and in the streets, all of that is BS. But Black Witch, shout out to her, she tells the truth, and if her truth ain't the truth, then I'm just going by her truth. But she do her research and she tells it in a positive light. So I really like her. But a few years ago, she told a story about the jazz musician who sold his soul to the devil. So there was a lot of things that she taught in that, like little keynotes that I learned, not just from her, but from like going down rabbit holes. Y'all know I love rabbit holes. So that was really cool, seeing some of the historical keynotes and understanding from hoodoo, or from my family's from Louisiana, but from the South. The movie was based off of Mississippi, but just some of the Southern culture that they had that I was able to notice, that was really cool. I like that. Let me see. I'm trying to go through the movie from the beginning to the end in my head. Oh, when the cousin was playing the guitar, there was a scene where there was different cultures of music, and it was like an Asian dancer and an African and hip hop, just different cultures dancing around with the blues. That was some different type of Spike Lee vision, and I'm only comparing it to Spike Lee because Spike Lee is the one who does that camera angle, like the one he did with Crooklyn. It was not like that. It was totally different, but it was comparable to being that amazing. And I just felt it. I didn't completely understand what it meant. I'm about to go on a rabbit hole tonight and see what that's about. However, I really liked that vision. It was just, it felt more than anything. I just felt it. It was really cool. I really liked that. I think that's pretty much it. I oiled my scalp earlier, but I feel like it's still kind of dry. I think that's pretty much it. The ending was different. There was, so you know at the end of the movie when you think it's over, but then there's another ending? That ending was cool. I respect that ending. But the first ending, there was two parts to it. One part, it wasn't two parts, it was one part to the ending, right? But it was how they set it up, where it was just like, this is one side, this is the other side. The scene at the end with Michael B. Jordan. Oh, I thought I was finished, but I need to talk about him for a minute. But the scene at the end with Michael B. Jordan, it was extremely powerful, but I'm gonna have to go down a rabbit hole to get someone else's understanding so I can watch it again to get another understanding. If I have the time, I will see it in the theater before it comes out to be downloaded, but if not, then I'm definitely gonna just buy it on Apple or yeah, I'm probably just gonna buy it on Apple. I'm definitely watching it again. Oh, now I know what I really want to tell y'all. The movie was like, it started like at 6:45 and it ended like at 9:40. When I tell you my ADHD was not even present, I watched that whole fucking movie from top to bottom. When I tell you I have never in the history of everness been able to sit and watch a whole movie and not be distracted and not have to look at something else. My ADHD be like, yo, I need you to do this and this and this and this while you watching a movie. And I can't control my ADHD. Oh my gosh. See how my eye is itching now? This is how it works. I can't control it. But during the movie, my eye didn't itch. I did. Never mind, it did itch. But that was it. I didn't check my phone. I checked my phone once. But you know what I'm saying? I watched the whole movie. I didn't go to the bathroom. And this was the first time in the history of everness that I did not get any popcorn. I am extremely craving popcorn now, and I think I might go to the theater in the morning and just buy some popcorn. Because I should have got popcorn. But I didn't get popcorn because I'm about to get braces, and I feel like that I need to practice giving up popcorn now because I'm truly a popcorn addict. But the movie theater didn't have that popcorn scent like it usually does, so I was able to fight my addiction. However, thinking about it now, it's starting to trigger me. And when I went to Target to go buy me some snacks, I started to buy popcorn. But there's no microwave in here. It's downstairs. I don't want to go through all that. But excuse me, because my ADHD just came in and talk about popcorn while I was trying to tell you my ADHD wasn't in the movie theater. But it came back now. It said, oh, you left us? But bitch, we're back. My bad. I was able to watch that whole movie with no problems. And that was really cool. That's what made me love the movie the most, because I really thought, my lighting's for it, but y'all, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, but I did it. I'm so proud of myself. But it has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the director. You made my ADHD dream, because that was the first time I was ever able to watch a movie without falling asleep or getting distracted. That was dope. Michael B. Jordan being a twin.
That nigga had a twin, I would let him run a train.
Talk about every woman's fantasy. Oh, and when I was talking about Shorty, the beautiful black woman, when she started making out with Michael B. Jordan, and I was like, oh my God. She hit the jackpot with that scene. I'm like, cut. Do it again. We did this scene 37 times, Dominique. I don't give a shit. We're gonna do it again till we get it right. Because Michael B. Jordan, man, I would have been like, let's do this scene over and over again. Anyways, yes. But alright, I'm about to read this book and then stay up all night and edit this video because it's only 11 o'clock and y'all know that I have insomnia and I don't really sleep. Overall, I give the movie a 5-star. Honestly, I can't find anything wrong with it. I don't know if I mentioned Michael B. Jordan being sexy as fuck in that movie, but he was sexy as fuck. Michael B. Jordan also was like extremely sexy. And then, yeah, Michael B. Jordan was extremely sexy. And, Michael B. Jordan twice. I like how they contrast the red and the blue. So the brother who was a little more dominant was in the red, and the one who was a little more passive was in the blue. And he wasn't passive, he was just not as dominant as the other one. And the other one was, of course, the older one. Of course, the protector. And of course they made the blue twin be the lesser, but he was so strong that he wasn't the lesser. And not that he was ever against his brother, because they was never against each other, but the one in the blue in the end was the one who quote unquote won, if that makes sense, even though he didn't win. But it was just to show that he didn't win, but it was, I don't know how to explain it, because it wasn't a win or lose type of situation. But I really liked how they contrast that. But I might do another video if I get bored and after I do my rabbit hole and see what it is. But overall, Sinner was an amazing movie. I absolutely love it. I'm absolutely gonna buy it. I absolutely recommend you going to see it. It was amazing.
I thought you loved me. You was my baby, my